You're watching CalTv.
Good afternoon and welcome to CalTv's combined November-December episode. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jim Caselli. On today's show, Relations Coordinator Macy Habibeh will have some Fiscal Learning Center updates. The FLC has a new video for us. SCO's James Anderson has some SARD division updates, and Thao Au from the Supplier Management and Reporting team will bring us some SRPP 2024 1099 reporting information. Let's get started with some new and updated training content that's recently been added to the Fiscal Learning Center. Here's Macy.
Thanks, Jim. Since our last show, there have been 2 months worth of Fiscal Learning Center updates to job aids, online classes, curriculums, and videos.
Macy, viewers can find those updates on emails that were sent on Friday, November 8th and Monday, December 9th.
Thanks, Jim. Link and login information. The FLC is limited to authorized users. Please log in using your Fiscal credentials. You can access the Fiscal Learning Center at the address on your screen. If you have any questions, please contact the Fiscal Client Training section at fiscallearningcenter@fiscal.ca.gov.
Thanks, Macy. The FLC has a new video for us, and here it is.
In November, you can replace your flip-flops with flipped classrooms. As an allocation processor, have you ever wished that you could pause something really important to get a snack or just take a break? Well, Fiscal's Flipped Classroom puts the power of the pause button at your fingertips. It can be done at your own pace and allows you to pick when and where you can access it. The ALLC 1001 Flipped Classroom provides demonstrations on how the allocation of expenditures and encumbrances are charged to cost pools in Fiscal. Videos on how this process happens are provided to you virtually, so you can pick when and where to watch them, and can even wear your comfortable shoes while you do. Video lectures are pre-recorded and self-paced, so there's no need to worry about where to sit in a crowded classroom or stumbling over someone's backpack trying to find a good seat. Exercises are provided to help prepare you to succeed. Unlike those not-so-wonderful pop quizzes in high school, you'll know when and where you'll be taking the quiz to test your knowledge. Still have questions about allocation processes? Great! There's an optional Q&A at the end for those who complete the curriculum and wish to register. Still have questions related to the allocation's flipped classroom or training content? Send an email to fiscallearningcenter@fiscal.ca.gov. Need assistance or have questions regarding allocations? Submit a ticket request to Fiscal Service Center at fiscal.ca.gov. Thank you for watching.
Thanks to the FLC for that. And you can watch this video again when we post this episode of CalTv to our YouTube channel in a couple of days. You can also watch all of the FLC videos at the Fiscal Learning Center. SCO's James Anderson has some SARD updates for us. James, welcome to CalTv.
Thank you, Jim. By the time this segment airs, we should be closing out the calendar year with a major victory. Thanks to the accounting teams throughout state government, we have been on track to publish the state's annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2023, in December. This will mark the second ACFR that we've successfully published in 2024. 2 ACFRs in 1 year. This shows the real progress we're making as a state toward on-time ACFR publication by March 2026. We've worked hand in hand with departments on this effort. We've shared technical expertise, improved processes, and promoted fiscal integrity. Speaking for all department accounting teams, the work we do to ensure the proper accounting of taxpayer dollars is a critical component to the state of California's day-to-day operations. It ensures that budgeted funding goes to its intended purpose, including for our schools, healthcare, roads, and public safety. It ensures that we can access the bond markets at lower borrowing rates to fund voter-approved construction projects such as earthquake safety retrofits and clean water delivery systems. And it ensures that our financial stability is supported by sound and transparent financial reporting. So, from all of us at the State Controller's Office, State Accounting and Reporting Division, thank you for helping us to deliver on our priority efforts.
James, thanks for that, and we look forward to some more SARD news next month. Thao Au from the Supplier Management and Reporting Team is with us today, and she has some SRPP 2024 1099 reporting information. Thao, welcome to Fiscal TV.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you for having me to join this segment again, which is very helpful for our team to prepare for the SRPP 1099 reporting for the calendar year 2024.
Okay, let's get started with our first question. Are there any changes on the SRPP for 2024?
There's no change. Fiscal State Controller Office, SCO, will continue to support all departments, both fiscal and the deferred exam departments, who participate in the State Reportable Payments Report, SRPP, to consolidate all the 1099 data in the fiscal system, then generate the 1099 tax file, which is in accordance with the IRS Publication 1220. We will also electronically submit those 1099 tax files to IRS and FTB, then print the 1099 forms in the PDF format to mail to the suppliers by the IRS deadline on January 31st, 2025. The fiscal system only supports the functionality of the 1099 NEC, 1099 miscellaneous, 1099 interest, and the 1099G. So SCO Supplier Management and Reporting Team SMART will continue to assist the departments who need the 1099S or 1098F to report to a third-party software as part of the SRPP. The third, which is the final trimester communications, will be sent out to all departments in the early December 2024 to provide more information with important due dates.
Great. Well, let's talk about those due dates and what are they for 2024?
So this chart shows the different due date for the calendar year 2024. January 3rd, 2025 is the due date for the departments who have 1098F, 1099S, or have been communicated with the SCO SMART about completing the Excel template to process the 1099 through the third-party software. In this case, your departments will receive the Excel spreadsheet template with instructions to complete the template by the first week of December 2024. The second deadline is on January 6, 2025 for all departments who must report the 2024 1099 through the fiscal system. The departments in this case must submit the certified, summary, and detailed 1099 reports showing the data from January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024 to SCO SMART following the instructions in the final trimester communications for the 2024 1099 reporting. And please note that it's important to meet those two deadlines. It's because it's hard to grant any extensions. And the reason is because SCO SMART also has a due date with the SCO disbursement team who partners with us to help with the printing and mailing all the 1099 forms to the recipients on January 31st, 2025.
Okay, so what needs to be prepared if departments report their 1099s through the fiscal system?
Your departments can follow the instructions in the final communications for 2024 1099 reporting. that you will receive in December of 2024. To illustrate those requirements and the primary step, I'm going to share a flowchart. And this flowchart, there are 5 main steps. First, your departments would need to have both 1099 reportable payments report, which is the summary, and the detailed 1099 report showing the data for the full calendar year of 2024 from January 1st to December 31st. And your departments can refer to the Job Aid Fiscal number 417 to see the step how to run the summary and the detailed 1099 report. Secondly, your department is expected to validate the completeness and accuracy of both the summary and the detailed 1099 reports. Please do not remove any 1099 amounts that is less than $600 and review truthfully those transactions because Fiscal SEO Smart will produce a statewide consolidated 1099 for each supplier based on the data across all the state agencies participating in the SRPP. During your review, if you find any missing or incorrect 1099 data, you can make manual adjustment using the Job Aid number 318. And other options if your department has a high volume of the 1099 adjustment is to upload the 1099 data for the 1099 interface following the Job Aid number 418. Regardless if it's manual adjustments or 1099 interface, please do not add duplicates or upload the entries that have been successfully interfaced into the fiscal system. Next step is to validate the 1099 information again. You will need to rerun the summary and the detailed 1099 reports from January 1st to December 31st, 2024 to ensure all the adjustments complete in the previous step are reflected in the reports. And everything else is still accurate. SEO Smart will process the 1099 based on the certified 1099 report summary and the detail. But please do not manually change the information in the reports without making the 1099 adjustment in this previous step. This step, 1099 adjustment, needs to be made in order for the system to accept the adjustment that was made by your departments. The 1099 reports will only display the information accepted by the system as 1099 reportable payments. If you edit the 1099 reports without making 1099 adjustments, the whole 1099 process will be delayed. And once your summary and detailed reports for the 2024 calendar year is ready, you can submit it to SEO Smart as Fiscal Smart 1099 help at seo.ca.gov on January 6, 2025. If your departments need additional adjustment after you submit the certifications on January 6, 2025, please hold on until you receive the corrections communication from Fiscal SEO. The additional adjustments after the due date on January 6, 2025 will be processed to the 1099 correction process. And again, please follow the instructions in the final trimester communication for 2024 calendar year to see more details and explain about this.
Okay, so can you tell us how Fiscal identifies a payment as a 1099 reportable payment?
1099 reportable payments must satisfy 2 criteria of reportable supplier and payment type. To simplify, you can think about it as an equation, and I'm going to share another screen showing this equation. So in this screen, you can see there's 2 components, reportable supplier plus payment type equal the 1099 reportable payments in Fiscal. And the first component, reportable supplier in Fiscal, is set up with 1099 withholding applicable, which is determined by the select entity type in the STD 204 forms. That includes individual, sole proprietor, single member LLC, partnership, medical corporations, legal corporation, estate or trust. For the second component, the payment type, this is based on the 1099 account code used in the vouchers that the Fiscal Department process. Information about the 1099 account code number can be found in the Department of Finance DOF website, chart of the accounts COA crosswalk. This requirement is different from the deferred and exempt departments who have payment transactions outside of the fiscal system, and they need to refer to the same manual A422.191 to determine the payment type that qualify for 1099 reportings.
Okay, so here's our next question. How do you adjust the 1099 information if discrepancies are found on the 1099 report?
So I will show some example in the QA testing environments for how to add the manual adjustment to the fiscal adjust withholding page. So this is the QA testing environment, and I'm going to the adjust withholding page. And in this page, I'm going to enter the supply ID that I'm looking at. When I go into the supply ID that I want to review and make the manual adjustments, here as the business unit, I will either enter the business unit number or select the business unit number. So for example, I will enter this business unit number. And all this field you can either enter or select a value from the lookup class here to narrow your search. And in this case, I will just narrow my search to the 2024 1099 calendar years. And if after you hit search, you don't see any data populate, it's because for this supply ID, there's no historical 1099 information in the past, which is fine. So for example, if your departments would like to add the missing 1099 that you don't see it in this page, or you don't see it in the 1099 reports, you would fill out all the required information in this line because it's a blank line here. So you can go ahead to fill in or select the values for the 1099 information that you want to add. You can either go to different tab, or you can click on this icon to show all information at once. And you can scroll the screen in order to see all the information. And again, you can either select the informations or enter the informations that you would like to add for the missing 1099. And in this case, for example, I will use the Magnify class. And the type, I would just, for this example, I will use 1099 NEC. In class 1, non-employee compensations. For the rule, I will select the first value. Basic amount is the 1099 amounts that you want to add to the system. So for example, I want to add the missing amount of $900.50. In the liability amount and pay amount, it should be 0.00. Payment date and declaration date could be any day within 2024. You can either use the actual payment date of this amount in 2024, or if you make the adjustments, let's say on January 3rd of 2025, this payment date and declaration date at that time will be deferred to the 2025, and you would need to change it to 2024 date. For this example, I will leave it as today date. And the descriptions here is optional, but your departments can provide any brief comments or notes to help you to refer to these transactions. If later on you are questions, if you receive any questions regarding these transactions, you can use the note as however you want. So in this case, I would just put testing, and then I will hit save. So this is how you will add the missing 1099 informations. And I will use this same supply ID. So in the case that when your departments review the 1099 information and you figure out that, oops, this transactions $900.50 is supposed to be only $700. Then how can you make that manual adjustments, right? So the simple way, I would say the most appropriate way in order to make the adjustments is that you can add a reversal entry to zero out all the incorrect information that has been recorded in the system, and then add a new transactions to report the 1099 information with the correct values that you think it is correct. And I can try from here. You will click on this plus sign, and I will just enter all the information to reverse the original 1099 amounts. And this one, again, I will select the first value here. And from here, because we want to offset all the information that has been incorrectly reported, so I would enter negative $950. And liability amounts, pay amount should be 0.00. Payment day and declarations day, I will just leave it as today's day again. And I will add a new transactions lines here. You can click View All to see all three transactions together. And then now, once you're done with the reversal entry, you can add the manual adjustments to report the 1099 with correct information and correct values. So let's say this one is still report under 1099 NEC Class 1. And it's only $700. It's the correct amount that should be reported from the beginning. So it would be $700. So 700.00. Liability amount and pay amount would be 0.00. Payment day and declaration day, again, could be any day in 2024. So I can change this to like December 31st, 2024. And again, so you can make any notes in the descriptions if you would like to. And then when you're done, you can hit save. It will save the information that you just did. And this step would be similar to when you want to correct the 1099 information because it's reported under the wrong withholding type or withholding 1099 class. It's similar step that you will add a reversal entry, and then you will add a new transactions line to report all the 1099 information with the correct value that it should be reported. Another example is when your department has report a 1099 information, and after your review, you believe that it should not be reportable at all. You will make the reversal entry to reduce those to zero. I will use another supply ID for that example. So for example, I go to a different supply ID here. Again, my business unit number, and I want to look at 2024. Now there's one transactions here. And after your reviews, you believe that it should not be reportable at all. So in this case, please do not override any information, like do not override this amount to 0.00. Instead, please add a reversal entry here. So you will click on the plus sign again, and you want to zero out everything here to zero. So you will, again, provide all the required fields for this 1099 NEC Class 1. And again, the basic amounts would be negative $997.00. Liability amount, pay amount would be 0.00. And payment day, declaration day, I will leave it as today's day for 2024. descriptions, again, anything that would be helpful for your review later. I could just say testing 1. And then I will put save here. When I click save, everything will be saved and accepted by the system. So once you've done all that adjustments, you can rerun the 1099 reports, both summary and the details reports, to make sure everything reflects in the report as you would like it.
Thao, if the Fiscal system can validate 1099 information based on supplier and voucher information, why would the 1099 reportable information have discrepancies that need to be adjusted or corrected?
It can be due to various reasons. So your department may use incorrect account number in the vouchers, and the correct account number to use may have a different 1099 reporting requirements. Another reason, which is happen most of the time, is when the supplier either change or update their names, their TIN number, or their entity type. With all those information changes on the supplier information, it will impact the 1099. And so 1099 adjustments or 1099 corrections may be needed due to those changes of information.
Well, Thao, thank you for all the great information. And perhaps the most important question is, if departments have questions relating to the 1099, who should they contact?
The departments can contact the SEO Smart at Fiscal Smart 1099 help at seo.ca.gov.
Thao, thanks once again for being with us and providing with us all this great information. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thanks again to Thao for that information. Remember, if you have any questions, you can email them to fiscalsmart1099help at sco.ca.gov. And that's our show for today. I'd like to thank Macy Habibeh, James Anderson, and Thao Au for being with us. And as always, thank you for joining us. If you would like to see this or any of our Fiscal TV episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to let your colleagues know about us. And from everyone here at Fiscal TV, thanks for being with us. We look forward to bringing you another year of informative programs beginning in January. We'll see you then. And from everybody here at Fiscal TV, happy holidays.